Hi, it's Jill Starr again. I thought it was important. I'm hoping it's important. I wanted to discuss James Luko and, some of the things Mr. Luko said. I didn't even remember Mr. Luko until recently when I was doing some research on the ICTY and I came across his name. James Luko, all kinds of stuff about wanting to be a witness in the ICTY Radovan Karadzic trial. And then I looked him up and I'm like, wow, this guy really must have changed his attitude or something, because I originally met James Luko online on Prodigy Chat. That's when CompuServe was around, before things like Facebook came out. This was in the early 1990s when I was still studying at William Patterson College, say, between 1994 and 1996. I graduated in 1997. I had gotten into numerous arguments with James Luko online because I was always defending Serbia and, and Karadzic and the Serbs. And we were getting radical arguments. I'm sure maybe Prodigy still has some of the politics group, our online chat. In fact, he had turned me in because he said I was supporting Serb fascists and stuff like that. And in fact, Prodigy Chat removed me numerous times because of Mr. Luko. Anyway, I don't know what, but I was 27. I was pretty young. Anyway, me and James started talking, and he said that he wanted to call me and he wanted to talk to me, and to my best recollection, he wanted to set me straight about, what's going on in Serbia and Bosnia. He said he was a war crimes investigator. He had met Mr. Karadzic, and he wanted to have a talk with me because I was trying to protect fascist Serbs and butchers in the Balkans. So I gave him my number in New Jersey. I was living up to Route 23 next to G&A Bagels at the time on the corner of Route 23 North and Oak Ridge Road. Anyway, I was in college and he called me up, and he never told me he was married. I heard he was. To this day, I really don't know the story with him. Anyway, he said he also wanted a relationship with me. He wanted to take me out. He wasn't married and all this other crap. But anyway, he made several phone calls to me. And on all of them, he said, look, Jill, you don't know what you're talking about. Ambassador Warren Zimmerman, I'm going to Georgetown. I'm studying war crimes. I've been to Bosnia. I've met Karadzic. These people are butchers. When NATO bombed Pali, I don't know why you're trying to protect the Serbs and saying when they bombed Pali on Holy Pascha, I think it was Pascha, that, NATO shouldn't have done that. They deserve to be bombed. These are terrible people. And this was before, I think he was called the last time. It must have been 1994, 95, the last time. Anyway, he called me from Washington, D.C. and said he was coming up to New York later in the evening, and he wanted to take me out to dinner and maybe spend the night. And I wasn't really Orthodox yet myself, and I was considering it. I was considering it. Anyway, he never did get up to New Jersey because he called me around 9 p.m. from Washington and said that he had to go to Bosnia to investigate war crimes, and he was leaving, I think, from Toronto in the morning. And but he did send me a lot of pictures, and in that conversation again, he said that you don't understand, even though he hadn't done the majority of his investigations, from what I know, because he hadn't left yet, he always said, he's working with Ambassador Zimmerman. These people are horrible. Ambassador Zimmerman said the Serbs are fascists, they're terrible people, they're butchers, and he was trying to set me straight and do a good deed by talking me out of, something he thought I was delusional with. Anyway, these are some of the photos he gave me. These are obviously Mr. Luko. And again, he said he wanted to get together with me when you get back. He wasn't married, and someone told me he was. He said this is him in in Romania. Obviously, he's at Dracula's castle, you can see. He sent me a bunch of these photos. I don't know really why, but the man did. This is one of him. Can you see it? When he's bragging, he's at Georgetown. And he says, this is me in Washington. He's bragging to me. He says, this is him with lots of hair. This is obviously him, and he sent it to me. This is me with lots of hair. You can read it for yourself. And he sends me he's trying to obviously, brag bragged to me because he wanted to pick me up, and I think he lied to me and said he wasn't married. Here he says all kinds of things. He says, this is him somewhere built in the mountain, Dracula's castle. This is him at the government center in Romania, and he's sent me a lot of other photos at the House of the Republic in Romania. It's obviously him, and he sent me a lot of other things. But the point is, I was curious as hell when I read that this is a man that wants to be a witness in the war crimes trial. He must have surely had a change of attitude, because I just find it his change of heart hard to believe. I mean, it's possible that this is a man who was adamantly against Serbs. He called them every name in the book. He said, Jill, look, I'm just trying to help you. You don't understand. These are bad people. These are evil people. These are butchers. These are people you don't want to get near. They're all the war criminals. They're evil. They deserve to be bombed. And I just want everyone to know that I don't trust them. I do not trust them. How could this man just, from talking to him, and I'm a sociological honor student. I mean, I was inducted in the International Sociological Honor Society. I don't trust him. There's no way. This is a guy who believed with all his might. It would be like ICTY prosecutor Serge Bramis changing his mind and wanting to dismiss the Ratko Mladic case. That's how adamant, that's what it would have to take for James Luko to change his attitude the way he was talking to me. I just don't believe him. I mean, I just don't know, but I just want everyone to know what I think, and I think he's a liar.